how it says that they might have life and be partakers of the glories which are to be revealed in the last days, as it was written by the prophets and apostles in the days of old. And what this made me think of was, just as the prophets and apostles prophesied of and looked forward to the coming of Christ in mortality, and that the great atonement would happen. That is first and foremost, by far the most important thing. But it's fascinating to think that they also, as the scripture alludes to, they also wrote about and looked forward to the last days, when the fullness of all that Christ sought to unlock would then be revealed, and the blessings you could partake of those blessings and those glories, as it says here. And on the one hand, I love that idea that there are 2 points in time that all the great prophets and apostles looked forward to. One was obviously the mortal ministry of Christ and his infinite atonement. But the second was the fulfillment of the blessings he unlocked, the glories in which we have access to today. Glass half full, that's beautiful. That's amazing. We're living in the middle of one of 2 amazing time periods that all the great prophets have looked forward to. The glass half empty is, are we living up to that? Are we taking advantage of that? And do we truly appreciate and understand all that's being offered to us? And then, I say that out loud, and immediately within myself, I think, boy, there's so much more I should be and could be doing. There's so much more that I could be participating in and taking advantage of. And I do not want to live the type of life that I look back and say, it was all there. The feast was being had, and I only chose to partake of the crumbs when everything is being opened up and made available to us. And prophets throughout millennia have looked forward to this time period when all would be available and all would be revealed. And I think this verse is such a good reminder of exactly what is offered today, exactly what the temple provides, and exactly what Revelation opens up to us today. It's all there. And far too often we get distracted by the tapestries of Babylon. And for me, I want to improve on that. I want to get better on that. And I think we all, in one way or another, can probably learn to do a better job to partake of the feast that the bridegroom is having, and to enjoy the glories and the blessings he is willingly and openly offering to all who come and partake of it. Hit that like button, leave us a comment, subscribe to the channel. We really appreciate it.
They may seem like little things, but liking, commenting, it helps the algorithm push our content out to more people. So it's our small way of sharing the gospel in a social media age.